Yeah, I'm feeling good ahead of the Giro, and the first days in Albania have also going well with training right here. So yeah, it's been a good start to the pre or the last few days before the Giro.
Hi, Michael. Nice to meet you. Simon from Swiss Media. Have you ever felt that good at the start of a Grand Tour like this year?
I would say no, but I've been close to before in the Vuelta 2021, and I also felt quite good at the Giro last year, but I think I've found a bit more fitness than the Giro last year.
How do you explain that? How did you do it? Is it just confidence?
No, it's also like it's just fitness and numbers have improved. Like the metrics are just better coming into this year. So better preparation, like you learn from what you did in previous years and how to do it better.
All right, next question, Simon, please.
Yeah, hi Michael, Simon from the ABC in Australia. Thanks for taking the time for us this morning for you, obviously. I was listening to an interview on Cycling News with Larry Warbass, obviously your sort of road captain, I guess, and he was saying that your numbers are just absolutely off the charts this year, that you're a machine, and that, you know, this is such a great opportunity to sort of maybe get a top 5, maybe even a top 3. He also mentioned that he's sort of made a couple of little adjustments for you in terms of getting your positioning sort of right on the bike. Like how much have you needed to, you know, constantly tinker with your positioning in order to get the most out of it? And do you really feel like you've sort of hit upon a bit of a sweet spot at the moment?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Sorry.
Yeah, for sure position on the bike's important, and a lot of teams also look a lot more aerodynamics, and Larry also helps me to find like good position on the bike, which I also practiced in Tour of the Alps. Faster position as well. So it's always like a work in progress, but during the season you're not going to make huge changes. With like equipment and things, so it's always around the sort of off-season period that teams can bring in new things. And then with him saying I have like really good power numbers. Yes, I first year as a teammate with him, so I've always been doing good power numbers. He just didn't know me before joining the team. But I found a little bit extra this year with like good preparation.
He also sort of mentioned that like you've got a bit of I guess confidence descending as well, and I guess he one of the things he said which sort of stuck to me is like when you're as good as you are, like you just have to go for those general classification opportunities. Like how much of a sort of, I guess, mental obstacle is it going from, I guess, hunting for stage wins to thinking, okay, I'm going to have to try and be consistent over 3 weeks now?
I think for sure it's a challenge, and I just had to work on my just work on everything, weaknesses and strengths, especially weaknesses, because in a Grand Tour they can make you come undone. But it's also been a pretty steady progression as well. I've been doing GC and a lot of week-long stage races, and it was especially since joining this team that they've been trying to help me improve on what I need to, so that I can do 3 weeks. And I did last year, so I can't see why I can't do it this year.
Just one more, if I may, quickly. Quite a few Aussies. I think there's 14 on the start list this year. Obviously, there's a couple of pretty strong ones as well. Jai Hindley, Jay Vine. Obviously, you're a Perth boy, West Australian. Like the WA team would be pretty good as a general classification team on its own, right? Like, what do you put that down to? And I guess how much comfort is there being a lot of Aussies in the peloton, particularly in such a big race? Even though I know they're probably not going to be your friends over the next couple of weeks.
I think it's really nice that we have a lot of Australians in the race. It just shows that what was like going on the cycling scene in Australia 10, 15 years ago was really, well, from 10, 15 years until there's some younger guys too, up until now is really good for, like bringing us all up to a high level where we can all make it into the top of the sport. And for Perth, we also had a really good local scene back when I was coming through, and that was really essential for me to becoming professional.
Right, thank you.
Good. Next question, please. Yeah, then we go on with James from Cycling News, please. Go ahead.
Hi, Michael. Nice to meet you, first of all. But how important will this first week be for you before getting to the stages that really suit you best towards the back end of the Giro?
Every stage is important in a Grand Tour when you're on a ride GC, so definitely the first week is also important. I'm not sure there'll be huge differences in the first week, but you don't want to be too far on the back foot, so it's always important.
Yeah, and I think we've only seen you do one ITT this year, right at the start of the season, the UAE Tour, so maybe not the best tell of where that form would be. How much have you worked on that as something that may be a weakness for you in this race, but how much have you worked on your TT heading into this Giro?
I worked a lot more on the TT than last year because it's a clear weakness, I guess you could call it. Like, it's a discipline where I was losing too much time. So at the same time, it's also an opportunity because working on it, there's a lot more gains to be made. So hopefully that pays off this year.
Sorry. Michael, growing up in Australia, what was the race you were dreaming of as a junior, as a kid? Was it the Tour de France? Was it the Giro? Was it Paris-Roubaix? What brought you to cycling?
I would say in terms of watching races, it was the Tour de France, because when I was really getting into cycling, Cadel Evans won the Tour and I was also watching it. But more than just watching the races, I just enjoyed cycling and training. So that was actually the main driver, not necessarily the dream of the big races. It was more just because I enjoyed it. And then through under 19s, under 23s, then I realized I was actually had the ability to become professional. Before then, I was just riding my bike for enjoyment and training.
Just to follow up, but you're dreaming of the Maglia Rosa now? Is it a goal?
Who doesn't dream of it? But let's be realistic here. Like, it's extremely hard to win this race. So yeah, I'd be happy with my race as long as I do the best I can. Whether that puts me in the top 10 or the pink jersey or I'm struggling to get through. Like, if I do best race I can, I'm satisfied with that. But of course I want to bring home some results too.
If that's all right. Sorry, thank you. Michael, you mentioned it's going to be a very tough race to win, obviously. You've got, I think, 5 former winners. Obviously, Primoz is possibly favourite. One, obviously, again, well up there. But these are sort of some of the big names, and your name has been mentioned alongside them as being a potential winner. Like, that must be, I don't know, is it overwhelming? Is it sort of, I just sort of, are you able, you seem like quite a relaxed guy to be able to sort of take it on board, or how much are you sort of leaning on your team to sort of distract you from all the chat?
I just take it as a compliment that people think I can do it, because yeah, it just makes me feel that I've come a long way when, yeah, now I'm getting mentioned, and it's quite nice. Hopefully I can also deliver on that, but if I don't, like, I'm used to getting beaten, so it's not a big problem for me.